in the backyard tonight. We're going to be doing some verse mapping in Thessalonians. This is obviously myself, DJ. This is my wife, Angelica. You know us by Operation Disciple and Grace and Grit. Let's get into it. Tonight's message is going to be about marriage. We're going to break it down. So let's start with the verse. 1 Thessalonians 4, 11 and 12. Make it your goal to live in a quiet life, minding your own business and working with your hands, just as we instructed you before. Then people who are not believers will respect the way you live, and you will not need to depend on others. So let's break out the first message. Make it your goal to live a quiet life. Create a relationship that is peaceful. You don't have to have air your dirty laundry out there for the public. Emotionally safe. You have to be vulnerable with each other. You have to be able to speak about things that actually bother you with each other. You can't keep it in. You can't keep it from each other. If something's bothering you about your spouse, you should talk about it, and it shouldn't be an offense. Free from unnecessary drama. This is probably the one that attacks most marriages today. There's so much drama on social media. You can't get on Facebook or TikTok without seeing some form of drama. And then the last one is probably one of the biggest ones that you can think of. And we've even had our issues with this in the past. Emotional explosions. Mm-hmm. How do you not get offended and lash out and, throw a tantrum or slam a door or walk off because you're offended, or you've got something going on around you in your household or that was said to you that you just couldn't be more mature about in the moment, and it got the best of you.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that one?
I was quick to explode because the anger and just the ansias that I felt, I had to release it some way, shape, or form. But getting into deliverance ministry has changed how I think a lot, because the battle isn't with your flesh. You really have to think about that, and that's changed the way I think a lot.
Yeah, make your home a calm, steady home. That's the summary of the first verse. Second one, minding your own business. Don't compare your spouse or your marriage to others. Mm-hmm. Something easy here. Don't try to have a marriage you see in movies.
Yep. Don't
try to compare yourself to a couple you saw on TikTok 30 minutes earlier because they had a bigger house than you or a nicer car or they had some type of relationship that you want to enjoy or endure. Like, that's not what it's about.
No, because a lot of those homes, like on The Real Housewives, they're rented. They're there for optics. It's not real.
Yes. So, key takeaways from the second part of Mind Your Own Business. Guard your marriage. Protect your home. Let's move on to the third one. Working with your hands. Sounds very straightforward, right? So what that means is it's not one-sided. It doesn't mean that one person takes more weight than the other. It shouldn't be a household where it's one worker, one watcher, if that makes sense. And the forms of buy-in that you should have around this effort is communication, affection, spiritual leadership, resolving conflict, and serving each other. Have you ever seen or felt your relationship in a state where you had specific roles just based on who you were? Like, oh, well, you're the wife, you're going to do the laundry. You're the husband, so you're going to mow the lawn. Like, it doesn't have to be one-sided. It should be about serving in the moment and serving what makes sense for the marriage or the relationship at that given time. Thoughts there?
Yeah, I mean, especially when it comes to gender roles, right? I mean, there's a lot of the times where I battle with you to see who can get to mow the lawn first. But for me, that could be getting out that frustration or that anger or just that pent up, having 3 kids. So, no, I don't think you should just stay with the gender-based roles. If you're not feeling good, if the lawn needs to be done, besides weed eating, because I'm not a good weed eater. I'll go do the yard. I'm not going to wait for you to feel better to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And this leads into the next one, which I think is super important for this verse. It says, then people who are not believers will respect the way you live. That's a very heavy message in the Bible, because it's talking about how do all the people who are not deep in this see you based on just your marriage alone. So a godly marriage is when both people live with peace, mutual respect, hard work, honor, stability, and faithfulness. And it's so clear, and it's such an example that unbelievers can see something holy in your actions. So super weighted there, super powerful. Let's go on to the last message, the last verse. And you will not need to depend on others. So that's kind of interesting the way it ends, right? Why would you need to depend on others for your marriage? Let's break it out.
Let that one sink in for a little bit.
Yeah. When both spouses work hard and manage their lives wisely and cultivate peace, the marriage becomes strong and doesn't collapse every time life hits hard. So think about when you have a setback or you have a wall you hit, something comes up, unexpected bill, injury with a kid, sick child, has to stay home from school. It's always a battle about who's going to take that burden, right? But when you both work hard and you manage your lives wisely, you cultivate peace regardless of what's in front of you. So basically, nothing can break your marriage. Nothing can break that bond. And I want to leave you with this summary. This is kind of what I got out of the whole message. A strong, godly marriage is built on peaceful living, personal responsibility, and shared effort, so the relationship becomes stable, respectful, and a testimony to others. So those are my thoughts around this piece. Do you have any closing words?
I do. I think if your spouse aggravates you and you are just heated, let me tell you, do not go to people outside your marriage. Your marriage needs to stay within your marriage. There's a lot of people who want to see you fail. And if you are giving them info without realizing it because you're so upset, guess what? You're giving them plays in their playbook on how to take you down because they're jealous of your marriage and your relationship. You know, we all get that sense we gotta talk about it. We just gotta tell somebody, you know. It's easier said than done, but it's easier to write it down, because then you don't have to be like, I can't look at that person anymore because they know all my business, you know. Keep it within each other. Let it cool off. We always try, you know, if we're upset at one another, not to go to bed upset. And there's been times where I just had to go to bed because I knew my mouth was going to pop off and it was going to do more harm than not. So if you're upset, take a breath, write it down, go for a walk, go kick some soccer balls. That's helped me in the past. And then come back and revisit it when the emotions are not so hot. Go mow the yard, you know? But keep it between you guys.
Awesome. Thank you for coming to our backyard session, and hope you have a good night. God bless.